Okay, so let us try to understand what do we mean by additive identity for rational numbers. Now, what is additive identity? Well, additive, as the name suggests, it has something to do with addition and identity. What does it mean? What does the word identity mean? It's mean like identifying oneself. Okay. Now, in terms of additive identity for a number, in this case, that number happens to be a rational number. Additive identity is something which, when added to a rational number, gives that same number back. And intuitively, the answer, or you would look at the number that would be 0. 0 is the additive identity for all rational numbers. That is, whenever you add 0 to any rational number, you get that same rational number back. 0 doesn't make any change to that particular rational number. In fact, if we try to extend this to the other numbers that we have looked at earlier, so let us say that a is a natural number and we add a plus 0, or we add 0 plus a, we always get a back. We get the natural number a back. Okay. Similarly, if b is a whole number and we add b plus 0 or 0 plus b, we get b back. So if we take another example, let c be an integer and we do the same operation, c plus 0 or 0 plus c, it gives us c back. And in terms of the rational numbers, let d be a rational number. Then if we do d plus 0 or 0 plus d, we get d back. So what do we conclude? 0 is the additive identity for all these numbers that we have looked at earlier. So 0 is the additive identity for natural numbers, for whole numbers, for integers, and for rational numbers. Now, the way in which we have an additive identity, we also have the concept of a multiplicative identity. So multiplicative identity simply means, what do I multiply with a rational number to get that rational number back? It should not, that multiplication by the multiplicative identity does not lead to any change in result. And the answer in this case is very, very intuitive. The multiplicative identity for rational numbers is the number 1. 1 is the multiplicative identity for all rational numbers. And by the reasoning that we did for the additive identity, we can say in general, 1 is the multiplicative identity for natural numbers, for whole numbers, for integers, and rational numbers. So let's just take an example here in this case. Let's say that b is a whole number, and then if I multiply b with 1, so b multiplied by 1 or 1 multiplied by b, I get b back. So change multiplying b by 1 does not make any change into the original whole number b, and therefore we say that 1 is a multiplicative identity for whole numbers. Same thing applies for rational numbers as well. So to conclude, 0 is the additive identity for all the 4 numbers, that is the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and rational numbers. And similarly, 1 is the multiplicative identity for all the numbers that we studied earlier, including the rational numbers.